I went out to the garage and I found this old piece of board. I don't know if this was part of that barn that we went and got some wood off from. That was going to go back and get more, because I don't remember it having red on it. Or, you know, a barn red. I don't know. Anyways, I went out to the garage and got this, and I've done this pattern. I made this pattern up, and I'm going to put it on here. So I'm going to paint it up. And to start with, I'll take everything off. I don't know. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and paint the rooster. I'm going to try to stay away from like what's going to be red and gold. And I'm using the color Antique White by Apple Barrel. Let me see where this kind of stops. Okay, I'll just straight down there. And it doesn't matter if I go in a little bit on that. I just didn't want to get up here, because then when you put that on there, it doesn't match perfectly. Then the white's going to show on the underneath, or the off-white. That's what I was thinking. I'm going to finish painting this up here, and then I'll be back. Okay, I have that painted. Now, while that's drying, I'm going to do a Tuscan Red by Apple Barrel. It's all but, I think, that. Yeah, I'll move that aside so I don't pick it up and start painting it. That's a lot like that. I hope it... I thought it was a little brighter red. Ooh, I don't want to paint that. I was going to pick that up and paint it. Oh well, it'll be on the chicken, so it'll be fine. Okay, what else did I have? This. No, that was the beak. There I go, picking it up. This here. This is the tail. And after I get done painting this, that color, I've got the beak, the golden sunset, and then I believe the wing, I'm going to go with this camel by Folk Art. But all I'm going to do is paint them. I don't see any sense in you have to sit here every time I go to paint, show you. But I'll tell you, those are the colors that I'm going to use. And I'll be back when I have this chicken all painted. It's really simple to paint. Now I'm going to go around. I've started already. Go around the edges. I did sand them a little bit. But I'm going to go around them now with the Distress Ink and Walnut. I've done that one. Okay, and just the tails, all I have left. Now, I'll set that aside and start gluing this stuff together. I'm going to use the Beacon Quick Grip. What's coming out? That's good. I'll have to push that back on there. Gotta get that where I can see what it's doing. I made this pattern and tried to get it where these matched really well, but it's okay. You can see just a little bit of the edge. That's why I had to go ahead and paint the inside. But I kind of like the way it shows. Now the comb. Which reminds me, my two chickens, are still in the garage. One is really ready to go out. The one that had the bad wing, she's fine. Her wing's fine. But the one that I think has a broken foot, I mean, she gets around. She's fine, but her leg, it just like hangs. I don't like it. Okay. I mean, she doesn't act bad. She gets food. She gets around fine. She's all over the garage, and I just don't like that leg hanging. I don't know what you do with them other than just let them live their life. As long as she's getting around and okay and acting okay. I was just cutting the pattern out and not having it, you know, these pieces on there, and I decided I wanted to make some pieces to go on it. Make it more 3D looking. I forgot to go around. Oh, crud. I got that done and I forgot to go around the chicken itself. I thought, man, why is that looking so dull? There. That helped a lot. And I didn't get any red underneath that right there. And you can see it. I'm going to have to touch that up right there. Doubt that anybody noticed it, but I will. Now the wing. I think I got that where it goes, or where I want it to go. Okay, now I'm going to let this dry. We'll get my brush and touch that up right there. I'm going to let this dry, and it'll go on there. And then I also have, I went ahead and cut this out. I'm going to have to paint those too. I've got it separated. We'll go on there. WELCOM. I'm going to have to scoot it over. E. And then I have this here, it says friends. So it'll go down the side here. I'll paint those. It'll go down the side. And the chicken will be on there like that. And I don't, see, I think I might put some a wire hanger. Either put a wire hanger or a sawtooth hanger. I don't know. But I have to figure out what color I'm going to paint the letters and get those done while this is drying. And I can tell I need to wax. After this is all dry, before I put it on, I'm going to wax all of this with a clear wax. Forgot, he needs an eye. Let's see, where do I put that? I think there. Okay. Forgot to go around his legs too. And it makes a big difference. Okay, I just do not care for that red against this. They're too much the same. So I got out Cardinal Red by Folk Art. And I'm just kind of going in the middle, as you can see the highlighting or the inking is still on there. Just kind of doing this around it. And I'm giving it 2 coats at least. And I think that looks better. And then once I wax that, I think that'll bring out the red also. It was just too close to the color of the board. Now I'm changing his wing. I'm going black. I've decided it needs to be speckled. And I've had to put some water in my paint. I hope I didn't get it too runny. Now, one of these days I'll work with my fan brush, but I tried that. I wasn't any good. Really hot. I gotta, oh boy, oh. I may have to fix that. I think. Now it's speckling. I think I'm gonna leave that big speckle. There, that's good. Okay, the speckles are dry. So now I'm going to wax it. And I do like that red better than the other red, because the other one just blended in too much with the board. So I am going to finish this, wipe it back, and I'm going to get each one of the letters, and then we can glue it onto the board and start finishing it up. Okay, I've started gluing it on. I have my letters glued on. I really need to lean over and look, make sure they was going on right. I'm just using some of the wood glue that I got at the Dollar Tree. Man, I can't believe I haven't had any left. I haven't been in the Dollar Tree it's probably been a year or more. They moved it, so it used to be right by Walmart, and on my way out of Walmart, well, then I'd stop in there, either before I went into Walmart or after. Now they moved it across the highway, and I hit the stoplight and head out and think, oh, I wanted to go there. Well, I am not turning around, and I keep going. Happens all the time. Okay. Think about right there. That's it. Now push that down, and I'm going to let this dry, and I've drilled 2 holes. I've drilled a hole here and here, and when this is dry and I can mess with it some more, I'll put the wire on it and see what else I'm going to do with it. But yeah, I'm happy with the red. Now, I'm glad I changed it. I thought, man, I already have that painted. I can't go on. Nope, you're not going to like it. Get it changed. Well, I've added the wire onto it. And I've made a messy bow, or a little bow. I'll move this out of my way. I don't have it totally finished yet. But I took some different materials that I thought went well with the picture or the chicken. And then I got both of these out. I wanted to do some twirlies, so I used this one, the thin. These are both a floral wire. I got them on Amazon. I'll link them below. Because I normally show this stuff and then people want to know where I got it. So I've just started linking it. But I've got a button out here. Trying to figure out just where I want to put this. I think about like that. I don't want to burn my fingers. But I got to put that glue down on there. And now I'll move this to the middle. That should catch it. I got a little piece I'm going to have to put that underneath there. And I'll cut that little piece off. I'm going to hold that for just a bit, and then I'm going to see where I'm going to put it on my piece of wood. All right, I believe it's, well, I dropped something. Don't know what that was. Anyways, it is dry now or cooled down, and I am just, I'm going to stick it right here. And if somebody doesn't like it, or I decide I don't like it, you can pull it off and peel that hot glue off. That's what I did. I made a picture to go in my front bathroom that has the clawfoot tub. And after a while, I decided I didn't like the messy bow on it, so I just pulled it off. Okay, I think that is finished. Alright, now I have another scrap piece of wood, and I saw this on Facebook. A lady shared it. She made it and shared it, so I saved it. I'll leave the link down below. It actually looked like this. It has the checkers board up here, and that's really cute, but it does not fit this size of wood, and that's what I had. So what I did is I sized it, and then I just took off the top and that bottom, and then I tore my paper, and I'm just going to Mod Podge that on there. I did give it already a coat of antiquing wax. I didn't cover all the middle. I didn't need to do that. And this Mod Podge has been sitting out a while, sitting here while I went and fixed some dinner. It's drying up on me. So I'm just going to do this, put this on there real fast. Then I'm going to also cover the top. And I did spray my image, like I always do, with hairspray to keep the ink from bleeding. Because it's just an inkjet printer and it will bleed. And I know I'll probably, since this is going over just a little bit, once it's dry, I'll take my finger sander and go around it. I thought if I put this with that rooster picture somewhere, they would kind of look cute together. Both kind of a primitive, cutesy primitive style. All right, I'm going to go over this now with the Mod Podge to seal it. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to figure out, I'm going to sit here and look at it and figure out a way to embellish it. All right, I think I figured out what I wanted to do with it. I've got some pieces here. This is some pip berries. I think I'm going to glue those right there. I'll have to hold them for a bit. Ow, ow. And now I've glued two small stems together right here. Pulled one up so it make it stretch out a little further, and I'm going to glue that right there. I'll have to hold this also. Okay, I think that's right. Now I made a little bow out of the black homespun, checked. I think I'm going to glue that right there. I'm going to kind of angle it up. I'm going to hang on to it for a bit. Okay, there's what it's starting to look like. And I saw these little birdhouses, and I went into Silhouette software, and I thought I would make one. I kind of mimicked this one and this one. I made the star for the hole, and then a regular hole here, and then just clipped off some piece of dowel, or not dowel, skewers, okay? And I gave it a backside. I just like that. I'm going to glue that together. I'm using just the wood glue. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention the size of my block, because it's just a piece of scrap wood. You work with what you have when you have scraps, but it's about 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, because it's actually called a 6 by 2. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it wouldn't be a 4 by 2, and it's not a 2 by 2. So now I'm going to just try to let that, oh, I scooted it and I have glue coming out. I am going to leave this for just a minute, and I'll be back because I need it to take hold. All right, I went ahead and I've glued my little birdhouse on there. I done it with hot glue to start with, and then I went around it with the Beacon Quick Hold, and I put a little moss around there so the glue wouldn't show. And I think that turned out really cute. Now I have one more thing to show you. It's going to be a quick one, because it's something I have in my kitchen that I just want to do a little something to. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I made me a label for my vanilla that I make, and I thought it would look cute on there. And this is the first one I made. It's just homemade vanilla. And then I decided, well, if I'm going to make one, I might as well personalize it. So I went back again and I made one, and it's right here in this box. Is Homemade with Love from Sandy's Kitchen. And I did go ahead and coat the top of it with Mod Podge, and I let it dry. And this is what my vanilla is in. So I want to put that right here. And I chose the round because this has little grooves here, and it is rounded. I need something to kind of hold that up on. Okay. Let's try this. Maybe that will help. Push that, turn that way. Now, I can see what I'm doing, and I think you can see what I'm doing. I've got the right one. All right, I want this one. And I'm going to put that back over here. So, because I'm going to get Mod Podge on this silicone mat. And that way it won't be, I won't be where it's at. Okay, that is covered. Now, to get that on there straight, little bit right there on that, but that's fine. That, I believe, is good. This jar, I got several of them a long time ago at the thrift store. I had 2 or 3 this size and a couple that was a little bit smaller. And when I made my vanilla, I thought, oh, that'd be perfect to put this in. And it's just been sitting, you know, when I use it. I know what it is, but if somebody else wanted to use some, they wouldn't know. So I thought, I'm going to make a label. Okay. Get that little bit of glue there. That is done. This is covered with Mod Podge, and it's Mod Podged on. I think that turned out really cute. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Until the next one, we'll see you later, and I think it's going to be a Christmas in July video.